Today's video is a quick tutorial on how to finish raw edges using bias tape or bias binding. We need to start by talking about what the bias even is. This term is specific to woven fabrics which have threads running at 90-degree angles to each other. The threads that move up and down along the lengthwise direction of the fabric are part of what is called the lengthwise grain appropriately, and the threads that move right to left across the fabric are part of what is called the crosswise grain. The bias refers to any line that cuts across the lengthwise and crosswise grain at a 45-degree angle. This 45-degree angle is more specifically known as the true bias because it will be the direction of the most give or stretch across the weave of the fabric. To find the bias of your woven fabric, you can either locate the selvage, which is the self-finished edge of the fabric, and that runs parallel to the lengthwise grain. Or two, if you're working from a scrap of fabric that does not have a selvage intact, to help you determine the proper grain line, you can cut a square, just making sure that the edges of your square match up with those vertical and horizontal threads. Once your square is cut, fold it corner to corner to create a 45-degree crease and then begin cutting your strips off of that line. Since we're creating a double fold bias, you'll essentially want to quadruple the width of your finished binding to determine your cut strip width. So if I want a 1/2 inch wide binding, then my strips will be 2 inches wide. Once your strips are cut, square off the ends, and if you need a longer length than what you have cut, you can attach 2 of the strips at a right angle with right sides together and then sew from corner to corner. After sewing, cut off the excess fabric, press flat, and continue that process until you've reached your desired length. To start forming the tape, you can press your strips completely in half if you're confident with your sewing abilities, or you can keep one side slightly longer, which will help ensure the stitches on the wrong side of your project are neatly covered. After you have it folded in half once, fold each edge towards the center and press again. Then press the entire strip in half once more. That is all there is to creating your bias tape, and the next step is going to be applying it to your project. I'm attaching my bias strips to the raw bodice edge of a tie-back top. If you're interested in making your own, I have a tutorial on my channel for the entire project, which will be linked for you to check out in the cards and down below in the description. To attach the bias tape, place the short side of the tape, completely opened up, right sides together with your raw edge, and pin. Sew just up to the crease of your tape, leaving about a 1/16 of an inch between your stitches and that crease. Once you're done sewing, trim down the seam allowance by about half and press your tape upward. Next, fold the tape over the raw edge and tuck the second fold of your tape towards the center. I like to press again before securing, and to finish off, just top stitch right along the edge of the bias tape. You should be left with a clean finish to that formerly raw edge. You can see the extra length of the inside of my bias tape made sure my stitches were covered on the back side. Of course, you can keep the width consistent front to back as well, and that will provide a more professional look. If you are interested in making your own tie-back top, then check out the link that is down below in the description.